Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna play a quinton demo on this made in US Fender American Performer Stratocaster in honey burst finish. So if you guys had a chance to watch my video that I uploaded yesterday, I have already mentioned that this guitar only cost me less than 900 US dollar, which that is ridiculous given that this is at least $100 to $150 less than what is currently cost to get a made in Mexico Fender player parts. So, given that I have to have this, so that's why I was so excited when I saw this at my guitar shops, and I placed the order right away. So I did try the Made in Mexico Player Plus. I must definitely say that the finish here is so much better, and the fretboard, even though I don't really mind if this is ebony or even power ferrule, but the fact that this is made with rosewood, I love that because I did look at the fretboard on the Mexican Player Plus. Like I said, it really doesn't matter because to me, there's I think I supposedly power ferrule supposed to make it sound warmer because it is much more dense than the rosewood, but the color, yes, it looks so much lighter, so it's kind of like, I don't know, I always like my fretboard darker, so it just looks good on the wood, I guess. I always like that because I think that one looks more, even though that is the wood type, but like it kind of looks so much more artificial. And anyway, that's just my preference, but to me, first of all, I really like the fact that they use the rosewood fretboard, while the Made in Mexico one, they have the power ferrule. And beside that, you can also see here they really use the nice roller, while the Made in Mexico one, I think they use the typical ones that you see in the lower models. But then again, though, the Player Plus, they do have a locking tuner, while this one doesn't have. They have the vintage tuner, but it really doesn't matter because I'm not really a big fan of locking tuner anyway, so I'm very happy with that. I mean, I know that I understand if there's some cuts and some higher stuff. You really depend on how they make some part cheaper to have the nicer part in other part, and I think the tuner thing is not really a big deal for me, so I'm okay with that. And yeah, and most importantly, I think that regardless, of course, I'm not gonna say that just because it's made in Mexico, that means that it's a bad guitar. I mean, it's not. I mean, each guitar, they have their own distinctive sound, so you cannot really compare each of them. But of course, with the given price on this, I that and also it comes with a certificate with authentic. So I guess some people doesn't really care about that, but other people, they would make it, just makes it better to have that. So to me, some of those are plus, some of those are not necessary, but in terms of price, I think that is the most important thing for me. And given that I could get this cheaper, a made in USA model cheaper than a made in Mexico, with certificate and stuff, and with the color, one of the kind color of the finish, yeah, I would definitely pick this over a Player Plus anytime. So anyway, I love it. I really love this guitar. This is like, you don't often see this kind of finish, so I just feel in love like with this color, and I usually don't, because I'm not really a big fan of the old traditional color of Fender. So to able to see this is really a bonus. And the fact that, oh, and also the fact that this guitar has, beside the typical 5 positions, you also have 2 additional configurations. So that is one reason why this is a very nice guitar to collect. So without further saying anymore, I mean, what can I say? I'm just very happy to get this, but that is not the whole point. My whole point is trying to give you guys a quinton demo of how this guitar sounds. So without further ado, let's hear how this guitar sounds. I have put this guitar into a Fender Mustang GT40. So let's and oh yeah, I added a little bit of reverb, but mostly just quinton without any typical effect. So let's hear how it sounds. So here you go. First configuration, the bridge pickup. Okay, and then the second configuration, that is the bridge and the middle pickup combined. Okay, the middle pickup only. Okay, and then the fourth position, that is the middle and the neck pickup combined. Okay, and then the fifth position, that is the neck pickup only. Okay, and then now let me mention again what the 6 and the 7 configuration is. Basically, here there is a push-pull button, so when you pull this one, you activate the neck pickup as well. So when you put it into the first position, which is usually is only the bridge pickup activated, but since the pull button has been pulled, therefore the neck pickup will also activate along with the bridge pickup. So let's hear how it sounds. Okay, and then finally, the last configuration that you could get is the fourth position. Basically, what happened is that since, like I said before, it's the same thing, the neck pickup activated. So it's gonna be all 3 pickup activated at the same time. So this is what it sounds like when they are all activated. Okay, so that's the end of the demo. So to me, I think my favorite configuration, it would be the fourth position, which is the neck and the bridge combined. The neck pickup combined. I really like this. I think it's much more darker. If I have to choose between the 5 configuration, because it's just easier that way to compare. The neck pickup, I am still not very a big fan, but compared to the other models I have, I think it has been improved. It sounds kind of little dinky kind of sound. It seems like it's much more like a Telecaster country sound. But it's still a little bit too bright for me. So if I'm not comparing all the guitars, but in terms of the middle pickup, it is not my favorite, but it's also not the least, because to me, my least pickup, my least level, the position that I still don't like at this point in Fender guitar would be the first position, that is the bridge pickup. I would say that it does have that vintage Fender guitar tone. I think, but the problem with this is that though it is, of course, many people would say that the pickup is quite a little bit harder, and of course you can tune it using the tone knob. But for me, who always like to mess the tone knob, this is still my least position, if I have to choose all of them. And also, if you can hear on the background, I think one of the reasons why that the American Fender, they have many models like the Elite and also the Ultra, they all use noiseless pickup, and I think that's the reason why, because you can hear the static is going crazy. But of course, that is when I here. Okay, so basically, yes, you can hear the static is crazy. Actually, that has to do with the pull. When you pull the knob, it gets worse. So, but I must say though, right after, I think even though there are much more noise, the tone is actually warmer if you pull the knob. Let me show you why. So now we can compare the tone, especially the 5th position, that is the first position with the bridge pickup. Now, so this is what it sounds like with the pull when the knob is pulled, I guess. Now, not pull. You can hear that the static is lower. It's still there, but the tone is much more brighter. And so I think what happens is that when you pull it, because you activate the neck pickup as well, you kind of like thin out some of the frequency. So once again, this is what it sounds like without the pull button. It's like all the frequency are going together or something. But when you do the pull and you activate the neck pickup, the sound is thinner, but at the same time, it makes much more darker and smoother. Here, so one more time without the pull. And now with the pull. Here. Without the pull. it's much more rounded, I guess. It's much more heavier, I guess. I don't know how to say it, denser, but when you pull it, I guess with the neck pickup, you actually make it thinner. So it's much more like you kind of like thinner the frequency to come out. So that's what happened. To be honest though, with the pull, it kind of sounds much more better, the bridge. It doesn't sound that too bright for me and much more darker. I like that, but I do not like the noise. So that is also not my favorite position. In if I have to choose which one I want to use. However, when you go to the second position, that is the middle and the bridge pickup combined, it sounds so much better. So basically, this is what it sounds like without the pull. Now with the pull. So once it's pull, you can hear the noise is so much more loud. But compared to the bridge, when it's not pull, there is no noise at all. So that's very good. I like the the second position as well as the position 2. I think that it's much more compared to the fourth position, which is the middle and the neck. Here, so this is the fourth position. Now to the second position. Fourth position. So I think that for some, I don't know how to explain it, but for me, I think the second position, the bridge and the middle pickup combined actually sounds much more smoother. While on the fourth position, the neck and the middle, it's still very soft. It sounds very nice, both way. But it seems like it's much more a little bit brighter, and I actually kind of like it. But if I have to choose between the 2 and the 4, I think I would prefer the. I don't know why. For some reason, I will always for Fender. I always would prefer the neck pickup more than the bridge. So therefore, I would choose the 4th position than 2. But for here, for some reason, it's not that too much big difference. Here, let me show it to you again. That is the 4th position. So it sounds a little more lower, I guess. I don't know why. I thought that it should be the opposite. It sounds a little bit lower tone. It's a little bit less hotter, and it's also a little bit softer, but it's at the same time it's much more bland than the 4th position. However, if I pull the knob for the second position, it is another story. So this is pull. This is pull. So now push. This is not pull. Pull. This is push back. Pull. So I don't know. I think it has been playing games with my ear. So it sounds very good with all 3 pickup at the same time. push. But still though, I think with the neck pickup combined, which with all the 3 pickup, it actually makes the, I guess that's for some, you know, magnetic interference, they actually reduce the tone. So it actually little, you kind of compensate for some reason. You kind of like cancel out some of the frequency. So that's why that it sounds much more lighter or softer. Or another way to say is like the speed coil of the single coil. You know how like when you like single coil of a humbucker, it sounds exactly like that, except that these pickups are not humbucker, they are single coil. So it's kind of interesting how it sounds. So I kind of really like that. I really but the only downturn is that yes, it's very noisy when you pull it out the knob. So I think now I kind of understand why the Ultra series or the Elite series, they have the noiseless pickup. It's because of that. And I did try a Elite guitar at a guitar shop. When you pull, well, they don't have a pull knob, they have the push button. When they activated the all pickup, there is like little to no noise at all. So I think now I can understand why they use the noiseless. But of course, I think the problem is that many people do not like the noiseless is because that it doesn't make the guitar sound vintage. So I guess and I think that was the downturn of that guitar, which right now I kind of like, yeah, now I get it. I get what you guys are saying, Fender. I think that is the reason. However, even though this is not a noiseless guitar, I really love the pickup. It actually does that have vintage sound that the noiseless pickup do not offer. And I agree with many people that, you know, because noiseless, they actually reduce some of the tone. So I'm kind of good. Like, I mean, I don't have to use the knob. I mean, those are just extra bonus stuff that, you know, give me 2 additional tone. Given that, you know, instead of the 5-way, you have the 7 configuration. And to me, I don't think it really matter because I really like cream tone, and I think that this guitar doesn't disappoint, even though this is considered one of the lowest end of the American series, you know, model or whatever, because it's cheaper. And to be honest, this pickup, they are awesome. They really gives you that I guess the type of the Fender tone you want, that you know you're always looking for. And I think it does a good job as well. And most importantly, I love the finish of this guitar. Come on, look at this. I mean, how often do you see Fender have this kind of color? I usually don't like the traditional, I guess the traditional color that they have, because it's always like the black, the vintage, I guess what is called the classic vintage and stuff, like that kind of orange. I usually find that not something I like. But this one with the honey burst, it actually gives you a new level. It looks kind of like butterscotch and also orange at the same time. So I think that's kind of like the thing that, you know, some people like and some people don't. And I really love this. The finish is so much better than, you know, the matte version. So I mean, I like satin. I also have lots of satin made guitar, but to able to have this kind of finish, this is just bonus to me. So anyway, I really like this. Anyway, I'm gonna probably need to have more practice. So next time I'm probably gonna do some like using all the kind of like pedal and stuff and see how it sounds with distortion, higher gain, you know, and other stuff, and see how this guitar sound. And maybe I will also compare this to the professional series guitar or even the PRS Silver Sky. So anyway, I hope you guys find this guitar video useful, and if not, at least I hope you guys find it entertaining, so, or learn something from this, or maybe trigger you to get this guitar as well if you see one. Anyway, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.